Welcome inside the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah as we got a good one. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and our coach, Casey. I knew it's going to do Casey because I can't do both.
That's all right.
But Casey, it's good to see you, man.
It's good to be back.
Been a blast to see you and kind of get along. And, we've got all the changes we've been going through.
Yep. Obviously, I'd rather be out there coaching, but, this is my second love to be broadcasting basketball. So thanks for inviting me back, and it should be a good matchup. Going to be an up-tempo game here, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think this is going to be an absolute blast. Well, let's go through what we're going to see first. Layton, you know that school as well as anybody. What can you tell us about Layton?
They're really good in transition, offensive transition. You're going to see Romer, Fulmer running the floor. Carter Miller's their point guard now. He runs the show pretty well, but they want to get up and down, and Lone Peak wants to press. So I think it might feed into what Layton wants to do, and I think if Layton hits some early shots, they'll just kind of feed off that momentum, and they're as athletic of a team as that's in 6A right now.
Well, that's what fun as anything, is to be that school that's got the guards, it's got all the different stuff. Because if they do press them, they can actually make them hurt.
Yes, yeah, they're such good passers, and they're so strong that, I don't think Lone Peak's press is going to bother them much, and it's just going to open the floor for their athletes.
Interesting. So, Dane, we take a look at Lone Peak, and it's a team that we know very, very well for all the years that we've covered every one of their games. What can you tell me about this school?
Yeah, it is an interesting Lone Peak team, and Coach Walkenhurst talked a little bit about they're going to press. They're going to put a lot of pressure, want to get up and down the floor. They want to create extra possessions, try to get some extra turnovers in this game. They are talented. They've got outside shooters in the likes of Jackson Taylor. They've got a youngster in Crew Fotheringham, just 6'5", but he's a sophomore. And you're going to see this kid be able to score from anywhere on the floor. Has great ability to drive, can finish near the rim. And then they've got a lot of guys who fill it in extremely well. When you talk about a Ty Cogswell, an Enoch Mitchell, an Austin Simon, there's a lot of guys that provide a lot of support. They're going to need that support. This Layton team probably going to get to 70, 75 today. Lone Peak has to figure out a way to score the basketball in bunches to keep pace with this Layton group.
That is so true. And going to be very, very interesting as we take a look at Layton in their home whites and Lone Peak in their road blacks. Going to be very interesting to see who gets what as we get this one started. Joshua Checketts will be jumping it up against Ty Cogswell.
Coach, if you had to guess the number of steps these players will take in this game, we talk about up and down the floor, what's your over-under?
It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot.
That's not a number, Coach.
Let's go over 10,000 in this one here.
All right.
Over 10,000. I like it. Try to drop that one inside. Powers his way in and then gets the bucket. How about that one from Joshua Checketts?
You'll see Checketts spread the floor a little bit. He's pretty good with his back to the basket, but you'll see him setting a lot of high ball screens for their guards tonight, I think, unless Kelby's got a game plan for him to be on the block.
Look, I'm actually going to take credit for that one. I was talking with Kelby last week, and I'm like, hey, so Checketts, you going to work inside to him? He's like, well, we really like our guards. He's very talented, but first play goes right in. So, Coach, you're welcome. I'm glad I could, give you that play in the quarterfinal.
I appreciate it. If I had a 6'9" guy, I think I'd put him on the block too.
Yeah.
They all think that they can go on the block. Now to the corner, three's blocked. How about that one? Get the block there from the guard and then picked up by the center. This little pull up is short and now goes the other way.
Sam Romer, number 3 for Layton, I believe is their MVP for the season. He's a senior. He plays hard. He does all the right things. I hope Kelby shows everybody his talent because he is unbelievable when it comes to playing in big-time games.
Yeah, that's true, too, right? Got to get it in, man. And then he just almost did and then gets it taken away. How about this one? Come back the other way. Oh, nicely done. Lays it up and in. There's Josh Checketts.
I feel like he has this Layton group. They are so talented at the guard line. But, man, when you mix in a Checketts inside, they can become a really complete roster. And I love his start here early. That speaks good things for the Lancers.
Yep. This is what Layton wants to do. They are so good in transition. They get up and down the floor. They got wings that run hard, and there's Checkets for 6 early.
How about that?
You're welcome, Coach.
Hey, good job, Kelby. Get your big man involved.
And he does. Let's see if we just go 30 or full. 30-second timeout. All right. So, very interesting, but Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach, just one of my favorite coaches. Coach Casey, this drives me crazy.
Walkenhurst.
Thank you, Walkenhurst.
It's a long one.
Well, I almost said Farnsworth or something like that. It wasn't a word. But it's just what comes to my mind, though. But Coach Casey, I mean, you're able to go through a lot of different places and a lot of different things. So how do you get that perspective of what you want to do?
As a coach?
Yeah.
Every season's different. You got a different group of guys every year, and your ultimate goal is to be able to come up here and play at the arena. But, our objective every day is try to get better. And if you're doing that, then you're doing the right thing, whether you win or lose, because it's about kids developing, and it does help to have really good athletes, obviously. So it makes us coaches look a lot smarter than we probably are.
That's true, but it's also, you have so many different things you got to do. When you have the athlete, you got to be able to work it.
Yes, absolutely. They got to buy into what you want them to do.
This is Cogswell. Finds a nice presence for them in the paint.
Could not get that one to go for Enoch Mitchell. Try to fit that one inside. He does. And that probably a little blocked away there by Cogswell. Pardon me. And then the little floater goes for Jake Doddridge.
I think one of Layton's underestimated abilities is offensive rebounding. They are always swarming offensive rebounds. You'll see how well Lone Peak defends the boards.
Doddridge on the drive and fouled on the drive, and maybe a foul on Layton. That's on Joshua Checkins. Puts Cogswell at the line for 2. And the first point for the Lancers.
For the Knights, yeah. Cogswell at the line there. They've had a couple looks. I actually think this Layton defense has been flying around early, been very active. Not made things easy on Lone Peak.
And he got them both.
With Layton, you're not going to see your traditional man stay in front type of defense. They want to make it a little chaotic. They randomly will run and jump and trap. So we'll see how Lone Peak can handle their different defenses.
Will fall the way Jay can't get it. Rebound. And now the run. And 5 able to knock that out of the hands of the Lone Peak defender. I mean, that is really, really interesting to see Logan Grimhall get on the run. That's interesting. Because 5 does, never mind. Think about that. But able to get that ball inside. Can't get it. Still fighting. And the rebound taken away by Carter Miller. Carter can't get that one. And it's picked up by number 12. Can't get the layup to go. And the loose ball will stay here with Lone Peak.
Coach, do you feel like up at the site they tend to let a little more contact than maybe in the regular season? I think we've seen a couple times where guys are kind of looking around for a foul, and I think they've kind of let them play a little bit here.
Sitting watching the other three.
Okay.
I honestly, I think the game's becoming way too physical, and it's really no different up here than it has been all season, in my opinion.
So you'd say this year they let them play quite a bit then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which kids need to adapt to and coaches need to adapt to. If that's how it's going to be, that's great. So we'll adapt to what the officials want to do for us.
I just that because a couple times kids have kind of been looking around like, hey, is there a call? And they've just, nope, we're playing.
Yeah, it depends on the crew. Some allow a little bit more than others, but I'd say officiating has the game's become a little bit more physical than it has in the past.
Loose ball and trying to get to that, and it's a jump ball, and the possession arrow is going to stay here with Lone Peak.
It's probably because all those parents have been yelling, "Let him play, ref, let him play,"
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. They definitely don't want to see their kids in foul trouble, so they're not. Parents don't have to worry about it too much anymore. But we got a veteran in Courtney Littledyke tonight, so he'll keep it under control.
Always good to see Courtney out there.
This is my first time actually seeing Lone Peak play this year, with them being not in our league, but they've got size everywhere, kind of like every other 6A school. So,
and how about this? So they got to get they have the ball on the base. Oh, because it was a foul.
Yeah, resets it.
Resets the shot clock. It's a 34-second. As they inbound it, 3 on the way, won't go. Tipped out right into the hands of the Lone Peak defender. And the loose ball picked up by Layton.
This is where Layton's really good.
Run it up the floor and an easy layup and in.
Boy, Lone Peak can't get a bucket on this, and it leads to a transition finish for Layton.
Nice job of getting in there. And the foul. There you go.
Lone Peak's kind of dominating the offensive boards right now, doing what Layton tends to do to others. Let's see if Layton will lock down the rebounding here.
And one opportunity here for Lone Peak. Suarez missed it. So just missing opportunities on the best. I mean, this is the shooting end of the floor. That's what everyone tells us.
Well, Harriman showed that a couple hours ago. They got hot on that side.
Did they not? No. Gonna drive off the pass and go to the rim and finish. Nice job there by Jonna Fulmer. On the drive, and there's this, knocked it out of his hands. And a lot of people didn't agree with that.
Of course, they're all wearing baby blue, but you know.
6A seems to be much more spread out this year. There's not really a dominant team in 6A, which makes this tournament even more fun because, you know, we'll find out who finishes the Final Four here at the end of this game, but any team that ends up playing on Wednesday has a chance to win this whole thing, I think, which is going to make 6A so much fun to watch on Wednesday and Thursday.
Very true.
I mean, any team that made it up here to the Huntsman Center had an opportunity, and you can say that about every tournament, but like, no, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the 15 seed took the 2 seed to double overtime.
Yes.
Like, that's what 6A is.
And American Fork's not your typical 15 seed, but yes, there's not a bad team up here, and any one of them can win at this point.
Yep.
Harriman's might be the most complete team, I think, but Lehigh for two and a half quarters
had him. Yeah, Suarez with that little clear out there. And all right, we got to make some adjustments here because Dane's slacking.
I mean, if you just had the 5 of the 12 button like right on your hand.
I know, that's what we just did.
It's like a little 1-2-2 half court.
I mean, they just kind of let that one go, right?
Yeah, it's physical inside, it's physical outside, and adapt to it.
Little jumper won't go, and then a foul on the rebound. And that's one of those ones, Coach, that it's like, man, what is going on to Logan Brimhall? Kind of what we had earlier, just a little more lumbery than you'd expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
It is one of the, well, haven't been watching high school sports all year long, for whatever reason. But been very, very interesting to be here today and see a lot of the 6A schools and what they look like. Because I started getting back in like 2 weeks ago, just trying to get to where we are right now. And get a little better. There we go. Carter Miller.
He shoots a lot of tough shots, but he is really good at that little jump shot.
So I'm just thinking that little baseline turnaround isn't exactly what you typically want to go to, but make it look easy.
Yeah, not a high percentage shot, but he works on it a ton and shoots it a ton. So Coach Miller lets him go with it.
Stepped out of bounds. It's a heads-up play by that official because I can't see the corner.
Yeah, we got a student section in our way.
Right in our freaking path. But even like, I can't even say like in the Utah, Weber State, who's the exact same forage, would I be able to see the freaking corner?
Probably not.
Yeah.
They're not important.
At all, right?
Yeah. Nothing happens down there anyway.
Straight away.
That's the guy they got to get going. They need Jackson Taylor to feel good today.
Well, you can't find the spot. Oh, there goes a three. How about that one? Carter Miller.
He's feeling good.
Yeah, he can get hot real quick.
Yes, he can. That's the thing, this Layton team, they can beat you with threes, and they can do it quickly.
And if they, like I said, if they can get Checkets involved with those threes, they're pretty good.
On the run. Thought Carter getting 8 straight points.
Have a look at his last 3. Oh, no, because I pushed the wrong button.
It's okay. It's game 4 of 8. You guys will get it.
You want to see what he looked like after he was fouled? Because I can show you that.
Yeah, let's see that.
Oh, man.
Lone Peak better find some offense here. This could blow up really fast.
Very, very true.
Generally, I think that they've been able to get extra possessions and score off of some of their pressure, but Layton has handled that full court.
Yeah,
handily.
Other than the very first play where they turned it over, I can't remember another one that's really helped Lone Peak a whole lot in that pressure.
Yeah.
Kelby Miller's got a pretty fun little thing down there. Is just getting guys in and out, watching their little handshakes.
He dapping kids up?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, that doesn't seem like a Kelby thing, but.
Just funnier if I could bring it up.
Good help.
Cogswell will step back, 9 seconds. Nice drive and finish. Oh, beautiful by Ty Cogswell.
It was, but they really are making Lone Peak work, right? I mean, there's just great recovery defense all over the floor.
Miller could not get that one to go, and that'll do it for our first quarter. And at the end of 1, it is Layton 19 and Lone Peak 8.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
How's your card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And welcome back in. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Casey's. There's a 3, and it won't go. Tipped out, and it'll be Lone Peak football or Lone Peak basketball. But you know, Coach Casey, I mean, walk us through what your thoughts were of that first quarter.
I thought Layton did exactly what they want to do. They played their style, up tempo. 19 points in a quarter, and Lone Peak just has having a hard time kind of getting into their offense in a little bit of flow, and that could be because Layton's defense is a little bit different than most, or maybe they got to change something up. But Lone Peak's got to go on a little run here to get this interesting.
Well, the D feels sticky, right? Like there's not a lot of open space. There's not a lot of open guys. I mean, you see Layton chasers all over. There's not a lot of room to work right now.
Yeah, Layton's clogging it up for sure, and the ball's sticking a lot for Layton. They need to get that ball swinging a little bit more and get Fotheringham and Taylor way more involved.
As you can see in the building, not a lot of people, but it's okay. They bring the ball down, and nice drive, left hand. Oh, what a take and finish.
Another one of the kind of unsung seniors, Fulmer and Romer together, that just do everything right to be winners.
And come down, send it to the corner. Cannot get it to go, and the rebound taken by Lone Peak.
And because here's the crazy thing, Romer hasn't even scored yet.
No. That's shows a lot of the depth Layton has this year.
Of course, we covered the top 50 in the fall. It was like the whole Layton lineup was in the top 50.
That is true. Fulmer, how about that?
Oh, yeah. Lone Peak's in trouble right here
Yes,
if Checketts is back to the basket dominating right now.
Kind of funny to look at Coach Kelby Miller, I should say, and watch his mannerisms already. And there's a nice board and putback by Ty Cogswell.
But even that initial shot is contested, right? I mean, just everything right now for Lone Peak is tough.
Yes.
It is all hard.
Ball away, can't get it. And the rebound to Ty Cogswell.
Yeah, if you make Layton guard you for a little while letting the ball move and not stick, they tend to break down a little bit, but they're really good at the first couple passes by causing chaos just like that.
Got into the center, pardon me, in the painted area.
It feels like there's a little less intensity on Lone Peak's end than Layton's end. I mean, Lone Peak, you're seeing some lob passes. It's not as crisp right now, and so you're seeing Layton being able to deflect, knock balls away from behind, intercept passing lanes. It's like Lone Peak just needs that next level of intensity behind everything they're doing, especially offensively.
Yes, everything needs to not be in a hurry, but it needs to be faster.
Yep.
Suarez got it to go. I love watching coaches when things like that happen, just curious what the reaction is. Utterly amazing. Throws it outside. Comes off the screen. That's a throw to the corner. No. That's a fresh 35, but they're going to kick it and got it. How about Carter Miller?
Second chance points. Layton will kill you with second chance points.
Lone Peak wanted to travel on that earlier in the sequence.
And Taylor, no. And then you had a foul on the board and put back.
That darn college line, it's so instinctual for kids to find the furthest line, and they don't realize they're shooting from the college three-point line, which you'll find a lot of short shots when you get to the state tournament.
See that Miller three. He was in on the high school line, so good awareness there by him. But, I mean, Coach, how do you prep a kid for that? Did you ever, like, tape a second line at your school and be like, all right?
No, but it would be probably smart to do so.
See, I'm full of good ideas. I said, hey, go inside to check it.
Yeah, there you go.
Paint, go tape a line.
The problem is you play on a Friday night, and then you have a Saturday, and then you have a Saturday morning little shoot around to get ready for a Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. game. So you can't really put a three-point line on your court. Maybe if you come back out after on Friday night and put it down, I guess.
Man,
there's a bunch of them.
It's a good thing you don't play for my team.
Yeah, I'm an excuse maker.
No excuses. Play like a champion. Rule 76.
Rule 7.
We don't. Wedding Crashers don't get me going on this.
Wedding Crashers is amazing.
It is one of the top 5 greatest shows of all time.
By far, like 1,000,000%. It's one of my favorite movies.
Pick and pop.
Gonna pull. Gonna hit. Oh man, Carter Miller is absolutely made his mark in this ball game.
See if we can have a look. I don't know if I'm far enough back to see that contact. Yeah, you'll see coming up here to set this screen, maybe.
It's Romer who's down. And just got
you
shot.
kind of see it up there. By the way, that's almost an NBA three. So, that whole high school line thing, maybe that's not such a great idea. Doesn't affect Carter all that much.
Yeah, he's good. He usually shoots well beyond the high school three-point line anyway.
Hey, can we have a little Q&A time with Coach Casey here?
Anything you want.
All right.
Dusty and I were talking about this week. I figure we'll ask you this one. Trevin Nell, did you know he'd be this?
Yes.
You did.
I knew it would take him a few years because I hope Trevin's listening to this. Defense was never his attribute, and I knew that would be his biggest problem into playing high-level Division I, but now he's figured out how to guard and be physical, and the kid's still the best shooter I've ever coached and probably ever seen at the high school level, but I'm so happy he's now proving it to the world.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And he earned his stripes. And for all you youngsters, loyalty is important. He could have left.
Right?
He could have transferred, but he stayed.
And I think there are great lessons you learn by going through that battle rather than seeking an easier path.
Absolutely.
But that's just a personal opinion.
He could have left. He could have left after his sophomore year and tried to find somewhere else, but he stayed.
3 on the way, won't go. And the rebound taken by Layton, and then the foul going to be given away by Jackson Taylor.
Lone Peak has not made a 3 yet, and I think Layton has made 3.
Yeah, other than Fotheringham and Taylor, they don't have great three-point numbers, so maybe Layton's, game planning to give him those open threes.
But even with that, Taylor's had a couple open looks, just hasn't been able to find it yet.
Yep. Oh, here we go.
Right to the rim, and then a foul going to be called on Lone Peak.
Yeah, Lone Peak doesn't look quite like they're ready for the speed of the way Layton wants to play right now.
At all, right? I mean, they already played each other earlier this year.
Yep, Layton won that one, but it's much closer than it is right now. So,
and it's surprising because I thought that Lone Peak would be ready for the speed, right? Because they are up and down the floor a lot. Like they like to play at that level, but hasn't quite been there yet. Good half for Carter.
He's killing it, right?
Yeah, I've got him with only 15.
That's it. Outside Suarez, he drops it inside and able to get the easy 2. Is number 15. We talked about Crew Fotheringham. Well, how crazy was that first half? I mean, this is not even close to being over, so we still have a long ways to go. But, I mean, interesting enough, I guess I'll go to Casey. Casey, when you look at this game, I mean, you just see how well it's being played by Layton and not being played by Lone Peak.
Yeah, Layton's doing exactly what they want. I liked right there with Lone Peak. Layton likes to switch, so find your mismatches. And right there, they got a down screen for their big man 15 and got a guard to switch on him and got him an ISO on the post. So maybe if they continue to create mismatches with Layton switching, that could be a difference maker.
But defensively, I mean, that's fine if you can execute offensively. You're down 16. I mean, if you're Lone Peak, what do you try to do defensively to take away the efficiency that Layton has had on the offensive end?
I mean, your shot selection offense will help if you're taking good shots and not taking long threes, which now lead to their fast break. Stop trying to crash the boards. Get back in defensive transition and make Layton a half-court team.
The coach just said stop rebounding? Whoa, I'm like...
Stop offensive rebounding.
Okay, all right.
Just get back.
Sorry, I couldn't pass that one up, Coach. It's too good.
Fotheringham can't get it, and the rebound and the foul. Nice take there by Suarez. And let's see if this gets Lone Peak going a little bit. But that is the second personal foul on Chase Brando. As the first is good.
It's kind of crazy. If Lone Peak loses today, you'd have an all-region 2 against an all-region 1. Region 3 would not be represented in the semifinal. And
probably
it's
hasn't happened in a long time. Be good for Davis County to have a little Layton Davis Magic semifinal.
Region 1 has been great for a long time,
yes.
right? I mean, Davis and Fremont's and all the runs that they've had, and even Layton, like they've always been in semis, right? But like the last time a Lone Peak or a Skyridge or an AF or Westlake, like we're not like that. That seems crazy, doesn't it?
Definitely. I mean, Lehigh made the run last year.
Yeah.
Which changed everything, remember, right? Pulls out and then blocked And the loose ball. Holy Hannah. There you go. Got thrown out.
Maybe it'll be good for attendance up here. You know, as Utah County people don't want to drive all the way to the Huntsman Center, so we got Salt Lake and Davis County. We'll bring some more fans.
This would be a good year to have. Well, no, yeah,
we did. It would be amazing. It would be one of those funny teams.
Yeah, let's bring them up. You'll have all of Davis County if it's Layton and Davis playing each other. That's for sure.
You know, I know a lot of coaches don't like having to play region teams again in the state tournament. And I understand that. But there is something to be said about the crowds that you get in those games.
Yeah, no question.
You get a Layton Davis game in a semifinal.
Let's do it. We don't really like to play them in the first round, region teams, which is something that I wish would be looked at.
But hold on. I was thinking about this, all right? We always used to hear, oh, well, I've got to play the 4-seeded team in that region versus like, there is no perfect way.
There is none.
So, like,
absolutely.
You know, we complained in the old system. Now we're complaining in the new. It's just kind of like, what do you want? I mean, I guess we could have everyone submit their state tournament bracket, but
hey, I think we have you two create the 16-team bracket.
Done.
Oh,
done.
We need the human element to figure this thing out.
I would sign up for that in a heartbeat.
1,000,000%.
Carbon's #1.
And we'll make sure to send out your cell phone numbers too afterwards.
I would post my cell phone number. As there is a left
How
there
about
for Suarez, absolutely. Suarez has had quite the half.
I've got him with 12 unofficially.
Oh, man, that was funny. That was really, really funny, Casey. Puts that one up. There's Carter Miller. Carter stepped back, maybe got hit a little bit, put it up, did not get it.
It didn't touch the rim.
It did not touch the rim, and look at that. Guy gets a freaking rebound and then hands it off to a guy who just gets a little soft touch. He gets that shot to drop.
Nice play on the ball to jar that loose as Miller was going up for the shot.
Nice take, but could not get that one to go for Suarez. Miller drives down the lane, can't get it, tips it back up and in. How about that one from Carter Miller?
Looking exhausted out there.
Yeah.
Calling for a sub, it looks like.
He might have took one up high.
He's just sitting there like just pointing at himself.
Because there's no sub at the table.
Just needs a beverage.
He just...
A little water.
You know, I'm going to follow Carter's example.
Dane just worked himself into a drink.
This could be a huge sequence for Lone Peak right here. To not let this thing get out of hand in the last 33 seconds.
He's got to be smarter than you'd expect. Couldn't get it, had to track down his shot.
It does reset the shot clock, though.
It does, and look, there's no shot clock. You just got to wait and...
See where they go here. Maybe get Taylor a 3.
Yeah, that's great D.
It was great D. One. Oh, there's a dunk by Cogswell. As man, that's the end of the first half. Man, that was an interesting half.
Yeah, that could bring a little momentum for Lone Peak right there. End a half on a dunk. We'll see what happens.
It was great D by Miller, forcing it wide, but Ty along the baseline. Positive note there for Lone Peak.
That's a half. It is Layton 35 and Lone Peak 22 as you're watching the 2025. 2020 back inside the John M. Huntsman Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and of course, our coach Casey. I'm not going to remember. I cannot remember. Walkenhurst.
It's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Every time I got announced in the starting lineup when I was playing, it was they said it differently. So I'm used to anything.
I mean, it's all great. So, Coach Casey, when we look at that first half, what were your thoughts on what we saw in that first half?
Yeah, Layton played the way they wanted to play, up tempo. Lone Peak just was very stagnant. But they, good start or finish to the half to get it to 13. You feel like you have a little bit of life still at 13, and you want to cut this down to a 6-point game by the start of the fourth, and we'll have a battle. But you gotta get stops defensively and let the ball flow a little bit more offensively.
And they got to move it a little differently, right? I mean, Lone Peak kind of got things going, but really struggled on the offensive end.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you told Coach Rob Ross that your leading scorer of the half would be Sam Suarez, he'd probably be surprised. And that's not a knock on Sam. It's just they haven't been able. I mean, Crew Fotheringham has 2 points.
Yep.
And that's going to be a tough way to win the ball game. And you need a Simon and a Mitchell. You need these guys to be able to contribute. Taylor hasn't hit a shot yet. You got to get your team kind of, hey guys, like, let's go find our best play. Let's go execute. Let's get some confidence back in our scoring ability, because it was not a half that they would electively sign up for the way that the offense went.
Nope.
And that's Taylor can't get it. Rebound. Finally taken down by Layton. Comes off a screen. Straight away. Got it. I mean, my gosh.
Yeah, he hits tough shots. I mean, what most would call a low percentage shot, he hits them, and you got to give him credit for it.
Come back the other way, and it's Austin Simon.
They need players like Simon to step up, but that 3 from Miller, man.
And then you come right back, and it's turning Bingham. Oh, sorry, number 5, my bad. That's Drew Toulson. Sorry.
Jonah Fulmer.
Thank you.
I would guess Layton leads the state in points in the first 10 seconds of a shot clock.
Really?
I'm calling it. Maybe them are Bountiful.
Yeah, them are Bountiful.
Bountiful likes to get up and down.
They do.
Eight seconds. 7.
By the way, that's your guard who just denied that entry pass to Cogswell, right? And again, we talk about this Layton team being just quick. Everyone's locked in. Like, that's been a great example of what we've seen all game.
Yeah, if you're going to switch every screen, you got to have guards that are tough, that can take on the bigs.
Now, officials here discussing. One official called the traveling violation. I think the discussion is whether or not that was deflected away. I'm not positive.
And that's what he's saying. He's like, he deflected it.
But I still don't know that you can catch that out of the air and come down with it.
Looks like they're giving the ball back to Lone Peak with 1.4 on the shot clock.
They might have actually gone to the air and just called it a jump ball. Yeah, they're saying right on the ball, so.
Well, I don't think they was jump.
No.
Toulson, he does
they would have reset the shot clock at a jump ball.
Well, they didn't change the arrow.
Yeah.
Missed the 3 and then come back, and it's Jackson Taylor picking up his.
So in that case, they just deem it an inadvertent whistle?
I guess. Interesting.
I'll talk to one of the officials after the game and get his feedback on that.
Well, the question is like, hey, did you guys call it on this? And then it turns into that. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into that.
Now, in fairness, there is no video review, so they can't blame me for not capturing that one.
Yep. That's the next step we need. Actually, never mind. I don't want video review.
No, please no.
Makes the last 2 minutes of games very, very long.
Unreal. Like, so unreal.
Those are the first points for Romer tonight, by the way, those 2 free throws.
And that ball is so short. Say back in, taken by Layton. And I thought he maybe kicked that ball out.
No, I think it was Simon that got a hand on it and dribbled it out.
You thought so?
Mm-hmm.
Nice ball inside and an easy 2 for Sam Romer.
I mean, this is probably the most impressive display we've seen today, right?
By far.
What, 2015 when Layton won their championship with Blackman?
I think it sounds about right.
Yes, I believe it was 2014, 2015.
How was your team, right? Am I wrong?
No, I was older than that. 2004.
Oh, nice take.
There's 6 in a row for Romer.
I was thinking about that was with Sam Palmer. But there's a timeout on the floor. I'll take it as well. 5:02 left in the third quarter, and it's 46-24 in favor of Layton.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
How's your card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. TabSpend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And welcome back inside the John M. Huntsman Center. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, and Coach Casey Walkenhurst with you as we drop that ball inside. Suarez got himself inside, and oh my goodness, absolutely destroyed when he finally went to put that up.
That was Checkets with the denial.
Post up for Romer here. Ooh, Checkets.
Oh.
And how about it? A three, an absolute dime.
You think that's in the playbook?
No and yes. He did hit 3 against us, but that was the game plan. We wanted him to shoot, and he shot it well, but if Checkets is hitting 3s, Lone Peak, you're in trouble.
It's going to be a rough day.
Already there as he left that one short.
There's just no flow to Lone Peak in this game right now. Like you said, Dane, everything's hard. Every shot is just hard for them right now.
You know what's not hard? Checkets. Check it out.
Shot it confidently.
Yeah, he did. 11 for Josh.
Yeah, if he's double figure, if you can get Romer, Miller, Checkets all in double figures, they're a hard team to beat.
They are missing everything. Speaking of Lone Peak.
Yeah.
When I said everything, I mean everything.
I mean, you still have 12 for Suarez and 8 for Cogswell. So that's 20 of their 25 from Suarez and Cogswell.
Yeah, Layton's doing a great job on Lone Peak's 2 best players or 2 leading scorers.
Drive, try to send it out. No, taken away. Send it ahead. Nicely done by Taylor, but couldn't finish it. And then the forward and putback. We're there from Logan Brimhall. On the drive, try to send it back out. Does get shifted over and a 3.
I mean, can they shoot this well the rest of this week?
I don't know. If they do, they are
state champs.
Could be. Yes, definitely.
Unless they're playing against Davis or somebody else.
I don't
Davis
know,
will guard them.
I mean, you think about how well they shot the ball on this end, and that's continuing.
On the drive, nice take, can't finish. He will go to the line to shoot 2. That's Logan Brimhall.
Is it infuriating to every coach and you guys watching a 6'9" player not just put both their arms up? Instead, they just bail them out and try to block a shot and get a foul. Just put your hands up, make a wall, then your guards get the rebound, you get to go run.
Put your hands up and take away the paint so you can get everything.
Yes.
It's so irritating.
You need to be shot changers, not shot blockers, unless you're just got great timing, I guess.
It is beyond. You brought it up, and I've never brought it up on air before because I just didn't know the best way to bring it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm never going to be 6'9", so I guess I can never know what it's like to just wall up a defender.
And that was the thing. Like, I'll never be 6'9", so I'm not going to bring it up. And there's a missed rebound opportunity. How about this, a 24-point lead. We'll drop this inside to Carter, and he just puts it off the window.
Isn't he like a sophomore?
Yeah, sophomore.
Oh, man. Well, Region 1, good luck.
Put that in the paint. Back in the paint, puts it back up, no. And the rebound.
I mean, this is with 5 guards on the floor.
So how about that?
This is what they do. They are
Absolutely.
very good in the open court. Carter's having a great state tournament. I think he had 32 the other night in their second round game.
Oh, flop warning. You know, we had a coach on earlier who was complaining we didn't get enough of these. There you go.
Well, it was a point of emphasis this year with the officials, and there's been a lot of missed opportunities, in my opinion, throughout the season.
A ton, right?
Yes. More than we'd like, but you know, it's a process.
Well, we had this conversation with this coach, and I said, I feel like some of it is, it's a steep penalty, so I feel like some of it is a little bit of an onboarding process where it's like, okay, we're going to introduce it to you, right? So you're going through a game and, hey, that's a flop, don't do it again. You know, that's my opinion. It could be wrong.
I have yet to see somebody actually get 2 flops in a game yet to actually have anything happen.
I saw a technical once on
Really?
it. Yeah.
We had one a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was us, huh?
Yeah. Well, just like yesterday.
I had to keep reminding myself, is that 3?
Oh, man. He is feeling it right now.
Oh, my
I
head.
don't know what he had for lunch today, but Kelby, get him some more of that.
The 3 is good on this end as well.
And 1 pass ahead, early 10-second shot clock, score.
Yeah. I said this in the game earlier. You feel good because you hit a shot, and then they make you feel bad for feeling good.
Yeah.
You know, like you step the floor quicker.
You don't have any time to feel good about anything with
Shoot
Layton.
from there. Oh, Carter.
Oh, nice pass. But just wasn't timed out. And here comes Toulson. Drive, and that was a foul before he put the shot up.
I've got 25 for Carter.
25 points.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a crazy thing when you have this kind of a full performance and you just have a very small student section.
Well, I'll tell you, this might help them come out for Wednesday.
Yeah, they might have to cancel spring sport tryouts to get them out for the next one.
Oh, it's what's going on, isn't it?
Yep. Spring sports begin today in the middle of winter.
Oh, what a bounce pass.
Nice.
An absolute dart of a bounce pass of Drew Toulson, able to track that down and put it in. Put it on the floor, and a bucket, and 1.
Brimwell's had a couple nice takes here in this third quarter. You see this one right in the paint.
I'm surprised about this, honestly.
I am too.
I thought it'd be a track meet up and down. Lone Peak would want to play fast, but you know, Layton's got their A game right now.
You know, we did say, or I think I led off with Layton's going to get to 70-75. You got to find a way to score with them.
Yeah,
they might get to 80 or 90.
they
at this
could.
pace.
They could, and they won't stop running.
Well, especially because Carter Miller is not going to stop either.
Unless his coach pulls him off the floor, which I might be tempted to do so right now.
Yeah, save some legs for the rest of the week.
I mean, they'd play again Wednesday, and then they'd play again on Thursday. So
those back-to-back games are hard.
They are hard.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
And you're going to have to go Layton Davis on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's like 110% game.
That's emotional, physical, all the things, and then turn around and have to play another one the next night.
Either Harriman or corner.
Yeah. Well, got to earn it to win a state championship, I guess.
Send it back out. The 3 won't go. Tip back up. No. And foul on the rebound. Going to be called on Layton.
Coach, what is it like coaching in these games? Not necessarily score, but I just mean like state tournament, up at the site.
It's so fun. It's an experience for the coaches for sure, but more for the kids to be able to warm up on the Huntsman floor or UVU or BYU or wherever it might be. It's an experience that you'll never forget. I remember being able to warm up at the D Event Center for 4 of my years in high school and being razzed by student sections when I was the freshman kid out there warming up. But it's amazing, and I wish we had an opportunity to play with all 16 teams at a venue, but that's another process that's hopefully coming through the pipeline.
We already talked to us about it. So the other question is, if you get it worked out, will it be worked out?
That will depend on higher ups than me.
That's I'm like, are you guys really sure you want to go into this? And that was very well handled by both of you. Because
as a 6A coach, yes, I am 100% in to get this thing done, but I will need some help by smarter people than me.
And all those coaches out there wondering, what are you talking about? Just email Casey.
Yes, let's talk.
Oh, nice take. Cannot get it to go. Well, that'll do it for the third quarter. Layton 64, Lone Peak 37. You're watching the 2025 6A state tournament.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
And welcome back into the Huntsman Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and the coach, Casey Walkenhurst. Casey, we've seen it now for 3 quarters. I mean, this is just, I don't want you to think you have to do a bunch of stuff, but if you were Lone Peak, what would you try to do if you were the coach?
Just tell your kids 1 possession at a time. It would be hard to come back from 27 down in a quarter, but just keep doing what we're doing, believe in each other, and miracles can happen.
It is one of the craziest things. As weird as it is, I mean, it's. Let's be honest, it's not going to happen. But it's just one of the weird things.
Oh, Dusty, you just gave it away.
I did.
Sheesh.
But it is one of the weird things where it's like, yeah, no matter what we do, this is like the last quarter we're ever going to play.
Yeah, and it's hard with your seniors and trying to keep them emotionally involved, knowing that their season's probably over. But only one team gets, feels good at the end of this thing. So.
I mean, I tell people, only one team ends the season with a win.
Yes.
Right, so.
And it's hard for kids to kind of wrap their head around it when it's over, but that's the beauty of a tournament.
It is interesting that we haven't even talked about this yet, so I feel really bad, but Coach Stephen Ashworth, I mean, the guy had a tumor in his eye. He had to get surgery on it and all that kind of stuff. And so he's walking around with a freaking thing on his eye. And Dana told me that he coached most of the season, and it was sunglasses, not even his, what's it called?
His eye patch.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The eye patch. But he kind of just went through the season this year just trying to show his boys, like, hey, this is how we do it.
Yeah. Coach Ross,
toughness.
He's done a great job, and I can't imagine going through that and trying to lead a team,
Yeah.
That's a lot. And it's just great to see him here. It's great to have Dusty here and all those that show such strength through challenge and adversity. But awesome for him to be able to kind of finish out the year with this group.
And he does a really, really good job at Lone Peak.
Oh, nice find inside, and the easy 2, and Tage Allen lays it up and in.
And he's got a younger group too, right? He's got some youngsters will be coming back. We talk about Fotheringham. I know it's been a tough day for him. Just a couple of points for Crew. Feels like we got a lot of youngsters throughout the state this year, right?
Yeah, last year 6A was very senior heavy, and this year it seems very junior and sophomore heavy. Other than Harriman's pretty senior heavy.
All pretty senior heavy, right? Some of them. You have all the ones that kind of at the top bounced around.
Coach, well, we asked you this question earlier. Normally I wouldn't do this during the middle of the game, but what was it like to coach Colin Chanworth? Colin Chandler.
Colin Chandler.
It was 4 great years, and like any coach would say, when you got a kid like him, they do things that make you look a whole lot better of a coach than you are. But more important than anything, you know, Colin was such a good kid, and he's having a great success at Kentucky right now, and to be his high school coach was such a blessing, and I hope he continues his career in the best conference in the world.
Did you get the opportunity to talk to him much?
Yeah, we talk here and there and just kind of check in on him and see how things are going. He's going to get married this summer to his girlfriend from high school, and he proposed to her in New York, and so he's got a lot of things to look forward to, including his basketball career.
Has he talked about what it's like to play at Kentucky or in the SEC?
Yeah, he says it's a different world, and playing in Rupp. And, you know, people think that Rupp's on campus. It is not. It's not even close to campus. It's in its own little world, because that's all Kentucky fans care about is Kentucky Wildcat basketball.
Oh, man, how about the three? Sorry. That was Tage Allen. So, I mean, when you talk to him, that's the conversation, right? It's like, hey, what do you think, and all that kind of stuff. What does he normally go to?
He just says how physical the game is, and how fast, you know, every level it gets faster and faster, and it's taken him a minute to get used to it, but I'm really happy that he's gotten a lot of playing time lately, and you know, showing what a Utah athlete can be, Utah Mr. Basketball, because a lot of people in Kentucky don't maybe not even know where Utah is on the map. So,
there's a great chance. That's very true. That is so true, though. So I said great chance that they didn't know, but it's just very, very true. They dropped that ball inside, and an easy 2 there for Austin Simon. And 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 75-46, the lead here for Layton. But Dane Stewart and Coach Casey Walkenhurst, always a pleasure. And but really interesting question here for you, Coach. When you look at back of the guys you've coached, now, if I take Trevin Nell and Casey Walkenhurst off the list, who would you be most excited to talk about?
If you took Trevin and Colin,
sorry.
I mean, I was a player back in the day.
I did.
You know, but I wasn't at their level.
My bad. But Casey and Colin, who would be the third?
Oh man, there's so many good players I've been able to coach. I try to keep in touch with a lot of them. More of a local kid, Trevor Trost. His dad played at the Y. We're in touch all the time, and he's someone that I see often. So I keep in touch with him, and any of my players that ever want to come back to the gym, they do, and they get hooked up with Farmington gear, and just to see them is a lot of fun. Seeing them grow up and come back from their missions and become adults.
Wait, so are you actively converting like Woods Cross alum into Farmington fans, Coach?
Oh yeah, Trevor's been working camps with me since I went to Farmington. Yeah,
how do they feel about the teal?
He loves it. He's a teal guy now.
We got a bunch of stuff to think about. We'll get switched back to the floor, and then the foul is called. You know, we all got stuff we're doing.
Foul
number 12, Sam Suarez. His second team foul.
I was going to say something to him, but I didn't want to.
And as always, Dane's getting the blame.
Down the sideline, they work it back up top to Romer.
See how much longer Layton keeps their guys in.
I think they'll do it for a bit, right? Or no? Romer sends out. Three's not there. Is the rebound. And a little putback won't go. And there's the board and putback.
And just rebound after rebound after rebound.
Josh Checkets. Three ball won't go. And here comes the run. Oh, that's pretty. How about that one?
Little razzle dazzle by the Lancers.
Absolutely.
Now it's a track meet, up and down.
When they come out and say, like, yeah, if you could just get in the track meet. It's like, well, I don't know if it would have looked any better.
Well, a little preview for the semifinal game. Split this year, Layton and Davis.
You think that gets up and down the floor?
If Davis wants to win, no. I think if Layton gets to play their game, Davis would be in trouble. If Davis plays their game, Layton's in trouble. So 2 evenly matched teams in Region 1. I'm glad they're representing us, but it will be a really good game.
Nice little look at that loft back to Goddard. As here come the subs for Layton.
1 sub.
Well, but it pulled off. It pulled off Checkets, so now starter's done.
Jonah Fulmer's still out there.
Sorry, Jonah.
I mean, he's a sophomore, right?
No, senior.
Oh, he's a senior?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. And he does get picked. It's off the turnover, come back the other way, and just shows you what today has been. I mean, it has just been in every way you could imagine. It has not been Lone Peak's day.
Coach, I'm curious, having to play, Layton will play Davis, obviously the 3rd time they've met. A lot of familiarity with those programs, those teams. I know they always say it's hard to beat a good team twice, hard to beat a good team 3 times, really just hard to beat a good team. But
yep.
Is that easier doing game prep for a 3rd time, or is it more difficult because you've kind of shown a lot of your cards?
I think it's easier because, you don't have to review plays and you don't have to talk about out-of-bounds situations and things like that. It's just who makes the appropriate adjustment, because you know what you're going to see, but if you can make one tweak that they might not be ready for, that could be the difference.
Brady Wilkin put in that last ball. And how about that little putback there for Logan Brimhall?
It's not a nice second half Brimhall has.
Kelby's like, hey, 30-second timeout just to get assessed. Can we just do that real quick?
We're not quite certain if it's a sub timeout or if it's a 30. Yeah, there we go.
That's what you're saying. He's like, hey, just 30 seconds. Just need something out.
Because the Layton bench kind of came out like they were going to have a huddle. And
but Kelby's like, no, it's a 30-second timeout just to get them all swapped out.
So here's a question for you two. What are your most memorable state tournament games that you got to call?
Go ahead.
Becca Miles on that 3. Memorable state tournament games. I don't know.
Okay, well, I can tell you one. Our first year together, we did a game where it was a major, like, at the buzzer put in. That was a freaking amazing.
Okay.
Lone Peak versus, not Lone Peak, it was Lehigh versus, I can't remember who they were playing. Riverton, sorry.
Yeah.
Riverton versus
Bingham.
Thank you.
At the Maverick Center.
That was a state championship, but this was right before it, right?
Oh, okay.
So this was, amazing. Guy puts the ball up and in and all that kind of stuff. That's probably one of my favorites. And that was when we were at Comcast, which was amazing. It was on the drive, and the floater goes for crew fathering. For Baylor Brant. But that was probably one of my favorite games that we've ever done. And then other ones that we've called, there's a bunch that have all gone a different way.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch that are probably like that one that I just can't get to come to my memory.
They all blend together.
Yeah, it's like that Corner Canyon Olympus game. I think Corner had the big lead. Olympus came back. There have been a lot of those kinds of just epic games that are just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Olympus Springville, that state championship, I think triple overtime, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Well, how about this one? All comes to a close. This is one I did not expect to see.
Me either.
Did not expect to see this game get out of from either team. Absolutely crazy. But the final score, it is Layton 86 and Lone Peak 55. Your final thoughts, Casey, as we kind of get this one done?
Congratulations to Lone Peak on a great year. Layton gets to continue and play a rivalry game in a semifinal. I'm sure both communities of Layton and Kaysville will be excited for it, and it's good for Region 1, and I'm excited to come and watch it.
It will be a lot of fun for Region 1. Dane, your thoughts?
Yeah, Carter Miller set a tone early. I love them using the inside presence of Checkets. I thought that was an uh-oh moment very early on, and Lone Peak just couldn't quite match up with it. So, impressive win for Layton, and excited for the Region 1 champs to go toe-to-toe.
It will be very, very interesting. Well, again, our final score, Layton 86 and Lone Peak 55 for Dane Stewart and for Coach Casey Walker. First of all, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys.
Coach.
Thanks for having me again, Coach. Appreciate it.
Absolute blast to have you here with us. But it's been an absolute blast. And for all of us, we thank you for watching it and for watching the 2025 6A State Tournament right here on KSLSports.com.